Hello, I'm Lane Palmer, and I'm here today to talk to you guys about anti-heroes in literature. And more specifically, I'm here to talk about what anti-heroes tell us about morality. First of all, a working definition for what an anti-hero is they are a protagonist who lacks traditional heroic values. Also, their flaws are more noticeable than most heroes. This word, anti-hero, leads people to believe that anti-heroes are evil. But that's not necessarily true. While anti-heroes are evil sometimes, another group that falls into this category are just people who are average in every way, people who lack the ability to fight the circumstances that life sends their way. Both of these, evil and just simply unheroic, are anti-heroes. Starting out, what traditional heroes tell us about morality, they just show us a heightened form of morality. They give everyone something to strive for. People like Beowulf, Odysseus, traditional heroes. What I think that anti-heroes show us is a more realistic form of morality that gets practiced more often in day-to-day. To explain how readers relate both to heroes and anti-heroes, I'm going to talk about a theory known as effective disposition theory. And what effective disposition theory states is that the likability of a character is largely determined by their morality, their circumstances, what they go through. And much of this hinges on a reader's initial perception of the character, their moral judgment, their behavior, their motivations, what the reader sees first. ADT accounts for why we like traditional heroes, but not so much for anti-heroes. The two reasons I think why anti-heroes can be so relatable is that morality is often ambiguous. Human beings are capable of both good and evil thoughts and actions. So this means that an anti-hero's evil actions might not even be seen as being evil by all. Another reason is that the unheroic average heroes are relatable because many of us face problems that we do not have the power to deal with in our day-to-day lives as well. So we relate to these heroes very well, more so than the classic hero who is powerful and able to change things to his will. An example of this relatability is seen in William Faulkner's A Rose for Emily. Emily's actions are certainly unheroic. She murders Homer Barron, and it's also very likely that she sleeps with his corpse at one point. But that's neither here nor there at the moment. What this shows is the unimportance of Homer Barron, because most readers, as it is unveiled that Emily performed this crime, most readers tend to feel sympathy for Emily rather than Homer. He has essentially been dehumanized, since we do not really feel sympathy for him even as his corpse is right in front of us. This is because her closeness to the reader. We are allowed to see into her story, whereas Homer is really just part of hers. He is an object in her story. This shows that humans can ignore flaws in someone that they have already realized the worth of. This creates two groups, us groups and them groups. We are able to relate to groups known as us groups and push aside people in the them groups. The illustration here is that we relate to Emily because she has been brought into the us group, but we ignore the plight of the poor murdered Homer Barron because he is part of the them group. Anti-heroes show us that humans often operate without a true moral compass. They operate in terms of likability and self-interest. They like people who they can relate to, people who share goals with them, people who have been through similar circumstances. What anti-heroes show us is a very relatable form of morality that is fallible and shapeless and human.